Welcome to the Beard Me That Beard podcast show. I'm David.
I'm Sam. I like to podcast too.
Are you doing like a Filipino?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Small person, like not like small person, but like
I'm trying to lean into my meekness.
there we go, Mr.
Meekness.
Meek.
Mr. Meek Seeks.
Meeksy. We wanted to say
Meek Seeks.
Meeksies.
Meek
Anyways, we're talking about social anxiety today.
It's trying to lean in a little bit too.
It didn't sound very social
I
anxiety.
mean, I sound quiet.
Actually, I guess
Quiet.
pre main segment. Do you get anxious? Because you're I would say you're in a social capacity. You're very anxious.
Constant.
How do you feel your voice being out on distribution in a podcast?
You know, I just don't think about it. Like I show up here, we do this stuff, and I leave, and then I don't think about it.
Because there isn't the influx of feedback right away. It
Yeah.
doesn't really matter to you.
Thankfully, just by nature of the way podcasts work, it's not like there is like a direct line of contact.
It's not like we're doing this live.
That
and
would be
seeing
different. If we
people.
were like on a stage, just like with
Podcast
mic'd
tour,
up,
yeah.
and there was like a group, just passive group,
I mean,
just
to be
chilling
honest,
right
it would
there.
be like 3 people and then like 50 empty chairs. That's how
that's
it really
that's
would be.
enough.
That's
That's
enough
how.
to
Yeah.
put me on the line.
You remember when we had Corey here? That was just an extra person in the room.
Yeah.
That's enough to throw me off. It's just a.
And he wasn't even an audience member.
I know,
He was in the
engaged.
discussion.
Still, it was different than what I was used to, and
All
that's
right.
enough.
And now you're making me anxious.
Yes. Let's just live in this for this episode.
So yeah, we're going off minddiagnostics.org again because they have great quizzes, and we'll be taking the social anxiety quiz. We checked it to make sure it works, and it does. And before that, we have a beer that I'm excited for. I did some research on them. I went a little professional and did some news article research on them as well.
Wow.
I took it to the next one. I won't say which ones because then I have to tag them. But
Really buffing our journalistic integrity
yeah,
here.
I kind of like went a little bit above. It was more like a rabbit hole. You like my shirt, don't you?
I was just staring at it. I was like, interesting. It's very
Threat
good.
level midnight.
It's very good.
Anyways, before all that can happen, it's time for the news. Sam.
Oh, shit. Headline: Shop bans customers from paying with cash stashed in bras during heat wave. All right, any pre-takes we got going into this?
I've heard of this before.
Yeah, I've heard of this. All right.
Not a news article, but I heard like
This
on
take.
Twitter or Instagram.
Like, don't give me your
don't-
sweaty
if
boob
it
money.
was like it's one of those like clickbait articles where it's like customers take it too far, and it's like, or things that customer service people hate, and it's like, don't pull your money out of your bra.
Well, I hear it, but let's see what this has to say. A businessman divided opinion when he. Why did that reads weird. A businessman divided opinion when he recently took a stand against bra money. Bedding salesman Michael Flynn has been fed up with customers paying with cash that has been stashed in their bras as temperatures soar to above 30 degrees with a big C. Celsius. Where's this based out of? I don't know where this is supposed to be.
Do you know what 30 degrees Celsius is in Fahrenheit, Sam?
I don't care to know.
Isn't it?
Great. And now I'm getting these targeted ads.
Isn't it double plus 30? Double plus 30.
What? You're talking like, yes, sure.
So it's 90, maybe?
Continuing.
Or more.
He sought to put an end to the unsanitary habit by issuing an urgent notice on a poster outside his store in Dublin. All right, that explains where. Dublin. The note from Mattress Mick read, This is all in caps. So
What's
he's
the store
shouting.
called? Mattress?
Mattress Mick.
Who is going to, I'm assuming, a mattress store?
I don't know if this is the name of the store or if this is like his self-proclaimed title. He's the Mattress Mick. That sounds like that sounds
Mick is
bad.
a different word.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds bad.
We're Americans.
Anyway, this is all caps, so he's screaming this. No bra money. Due to increasing temperatures and for our own personal safety, we will not be accepting any bra money. Sorry for any inconvenience. Writing on Facebook, he added an urgent alert in our Kulak store. I don't know what that means. Due to soaring heat waves across Dublin and ongoing safe treating with social distancing, we urge all customers not to pay us from their bras and keep your Euro notes in your purse or handbag at all times. Yours, Mattress Mick. I think that's just what he calls himself.
Okay, so it's not a mattress.
He's
store.
like the head cheese of his store.
Mattress Mick.
Yeah, Mattress Mick. That is a terrible title.
I'm assuming he sells mattresses.
He's the Mick of mattresses.
Who pays in cash for a mattress? They're
That
expensive.
is a very good point.
They're expensive. They're not like
how
chips.
cheap are these mattresses?
Yeah, it's not like $5.
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
You know what?
Mattress is
Nothing against
very
the guy.
expensive.
It only takes one.
You know what? He should complain if he's getting bra money in mattress
Can you imagine
quantities.
that shit's like a little soaked, like wet money. If there's one thing grosser than having wet socks, it's wet money.
And it's tough to top wet socks. So
wet
socks are
is
disgusting.
probably the worst thing. A nice dry sock,
Dirty wet socks.
in a puddle of fecal matter.
Anyway, there's a couple more things. Many customers found the new rule hilarious, with someone called Mariana writing ha 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 ha, all lowercase, so it's like quiet,
Like a bunch of HAs, 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 HAs.
yeah. Another woman named Eiling tagged a friend saying, "You need to print out this sign for your place." However, some argued the new policy was sexist, suggesting men also carried money in their underwear. No, we do not. Most of us do not.
Maybe there's some culturally in the UK, maybe some people do that. But
Well, from my experience,
I have never
I'm sure you can
put
relate. Yeah,
money
we
in my
don't
underwear.
do that underwear storage. That's weird. Jane Man.
J-Man.
Jane, Jane, man with two N's.
Okay. Mon.
Wrote Mon. Oh yeah, from
Mon.
Yeah, that's good.
It's pronounced Mon.
Well, disagree. They wrote, "What about men with sweaty ball sacks? No singling the woman out." Another Facebook user named Jennifer Fox argued that Michael should, quote, chill, naming the policy ridiculous.
What was this woman's name?
Jennifer Fox.
She only carries her money in her bra.
That sounds like
she felt attacked.
Jennifer Fox wrote, "What do you think the Euro notes are gonna do to you? Lol, jump up and bite you on the neck?
What?
They aren't going to attack you."
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
That was
Also,
it. That's the end of the story.
Aren't the notes plastic?
The Euros?
Yeah.
Are they plastic?
I would think any other country except for America uses
Yeah,
paper money.
paper
Well, it's
is
not
a
really
little
paper, but
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean.
Paper
That
like
clothy
paper like versus
Esque.
plastic. We should do plastic money.
paper-esque.
Yeah. Anyways, that's hilarious.
I mean, like I get the guy's frustration, but the feedback's pretty good.
Yeah, I would say the feedback was the star of that news article.
Well, that's sexist. I don't want your ball sack.
I would love to meet the man keeping
Yeah.
his loose change near his ball sack.
But would you shake his hand?
I mean, I don't like shaking people's
yeah.
hand, period.
It's good. It's very good.
Like what's that blue movie with Martin Lawrence where that guy's like rubbing on his balls and then goes to shake him and Martin Lawrence is like
Blue Streak. Is that what you're
and he
thinking?
hugs him instead.
It's bad. Yeah.
Thanks for the news, Sam. That was funny.
I thought so too.
Yeah. Yeah, no bra money. Just keep your money in a wallet.
Keep them out of your crevices.
A wallet.
Keep them in a designated money
in a
thing.
pocket, and I know women's clothes tend to not have the best pockage.
So feel for you in that regard.
yeah, but they do make micro wallets. I have one.
Or
They're awesome.
you know, rock a fanny pack.
Or use a credit card.
Yeah, definitely. Or digital. That too. Get it stolen.
Don't do that. Thanks for the news. Time for the beer. Crowns and Hops Brewing Company, founded by Benny Ashburn and Tio Hunter. Their dedication for independent craft beer culture has become more than its product and beverage. It has proven to create hubs within the community promoting values, ownership, and philanthropy. This week we're drinking Urban Queen Imperial Stout, brewed with King's Prize Red Bay coffee beans, aka Black Royalty. From Crowns and Hops Brewing Company, the Urban Queen Imperial Stout with Red Bay coffee. So Sam.
So it's Red Bay coffee.
Yeah.
AKA
Black
Royalty. I don't think I'm familiar, actually, now that I'm reading it with my
on the
face.
side that says vegan, so this is a vegan beer.
Wow.
Yeah, but brewed with King's Prize Red Bay coffee beans, aka Black Royalty, 10%. Yes, there are non-vegan beers.
There are meat beers?
They use fish product.
Oh.
Like fish oil.
That's not the same.
It is.
Now that you opened my mind to the idea of, what is a meat beer?
Well, no, I'm just saying they use fish oil, which is made
I know
from
that
fish.
is an animal.
So it's not vegan.
I don't consider fish meat.
Are you?
It is. Yeah, it's fish meat.
It's like, I guess the bigger question is, honey vegan or not vegan?
Good question.
Comment your answers.
Good questions.
But, all right, there's many things to talk about this brewing company that I've learned.
Yeah.
All right, on the bottom of the can, you see it says Inglewood, California.
Which part of... Yes, Inglewood.
They have no actual brewery. No actual tap room.
As of
right now.
So this Crowns and Hops, there's no
place to go get this beer other than a store. So where does this come from? So they contract out of other breweries. They go make the beer there.
Interesting. So they rent a space. Basically, yeah.
So they're like, here's our recipe, make it for us, which is fine. They have
as long as it's your recipes
big
and stuff.
Investment thing going on one of those crowd funds to invest money to build a.
Oh, so they're looking to make.
So they're super young, which is surprising that they have a beer in a can.
Produced in production, yeah.
So
that's good for you guys.
They don't even have a place, and they already have it. So this is from two people, Benny and Tio. This is a
Are you saying teal or Tio?
Tio.
I was like, teal like the color? Tio. That makes more sense.
This is a black-owned brewery, and according to some craft beer survey, there are, I think, 90% of the breweries are owned by white men.
I mean, that tracks.
And 1%
of what I know
of the breweries are owned by black people.
Interesting. All right. Well, cool. Nice to see some.
So they're trying to create a
noted representation.
A community diversity brewery place for art and the community, and they're trying to make this for colored people
a very welcoming hub.
Yeah, for colored people. So, real quick, right underneath on this can, it says, "Brewed in celebration of Black women, beauty, grace, resilience, power, queens. Her likeness, words, drive, and contributions continue to be admired and emulated around the world."
I thought you were talking up this was the Miss America pageant for a minute. She's beauty, she's grace. Miss United States.
What's the song that they sing? She's
I was like, you said that, and then my mind went blank with I'm
glad. So this coffee edition of our Imperial Stout is intended to stretch the scope of the palate with notes of chocolate, mild smoke, a rich malt backbone, and Red Bay King's Prize coffee.
I mean, you know where I stand with coffee, so anything coffee, I'm always willing to go for it.
So we will try it now.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's the interesting tidbit.
I'm excited. I mean, got a cool looking can. Yeah. Product sounds good. I like the story behind it.
If you go onto their website, their cans look pretty legit.
Oh, yeah? But so do they have more stuff to offer at this point outside of just this?
Yes.
I would imagine. That'd be kind of crazy if you just had the...
Pretty strong.
It smells
strong.
smells stout-like.
I'm gonna guess it's not that sweet.
No, I don't think so. I bet there is a sugariness to it, but not. It smells like it would be 10%.
Woo! Ah. Ah. Oh my god.
That-
It just gets bigger and bigger as you drink it. It's like Pop Rocks.
This-
like a little bit, more. It's like crescendo.
No, this is
wow,
like
that's an explosion at the end. It goes from
this
very,
honestly tastes like coffee to me.
it's very thick at the beginning,
Yeah.
then it just freshens up, and then it's a nice explosion.
It's like
It's like an orgasm of flavor in my mouth.
it's like it kind of well, I mean, it being like chocolate coffee, it obviously
Do you
gives
taste
me like
chocolate?
shade. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it has like a mocha kind of quality to it.
It's mocha chocolate. And
Mocha
coffee.
is a chocolate based espresso drink.
What's
so
a white mocha?
it's white chocolate. Just kidding.
I'm asking these questions just because Sam enjoys saying stuff about coffee.
I like coffee, but yeah, no, it's
It's a
it's good.
it does something very weird. Like you taste it and then it just kind of like pops in your mouth.
I
Like
could see
what
that.
when I imagine like something dropping into water, little splash.
Right. Okay.
Do you taste salt?
Do you taste salt?
I taste salt at the very end, but I'm saying like it's just like salty chocolate. I love that. I'm still not tasting a sugary chocolate. I taste a bittery chocolate.
Yeah. No, that's probably how I would describe it too. It's not like a sweet kind of taste.
Yeah, not bad. This
Yeah.
is pretty good. The first taste is very alcoholic, but now it doesn't taste like 10%.
It's weird. It's like I get the salt, but it's like I don't know. I'm feeling it. Like I'm like tracing the back of my teeth with my tongue, and it's like
It's definitely at the end. And
Yeah.
it's on my teeth too. So you taste the salt now.
I do taste the salt.
I don't
Yeah.
know what that is, or is that are there coffees that emulate a salt flavor?
I know that is a thing where you can add salt, but I don't think that's like
like a bean.
it's a very
isn't
commonplace-
bean anywhere that like salty.
that you. I mean, you can find that, but it's not like a very I would say a very overwhelmingly common thing.
Okay.
So yeah, no, this is
I'm enjoying
I'm
it.
surprised.
But again, they're like their situation is extremely different. You know, they don't have a place yet.
They're fresh.
I mean,
They're
this-
very
yeah.
new, but it seems like I hope you guys will
I
are
think
making
I
waves.
I think I read that they're trying to pick a place where they even want to, because there's
just to settle.
yeah. I mean, one of the owners is from Inglewood, so they're like,
Which part? So it's California. Which part is it? Is it more north or?
you don't know where
I
Inglewood
don't know where
is?
Inglewood is. I'm
LA.
like, it's in La.
Yeah, like west side.
So
Like
it is north
so, I guess by the airport, LA.
by Lax.
Yeah,
Cool.
right below that, I believe, and then really close to Long Beach, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, everybody knows LA is like six cities just stacked on top
Yeah,
of each
people
other.
say
so
LA when they mean LA County.
it's
and not
it's a mess.
LA, because Los Angeles is not that big.
Yeah.
But
LA County.
I mean, I don't say LA County. I say LA.
Yeah.
because
It's all no one goes counties.
it's almost as bad as people saying the Bay Area,
Uh-huh.
except that's worse because you can literally say Oakland, and people will know what you fucking mean.
Words and
What-
places.
What do they mean?
Descriptions.
But yeah, I like this. Chocolate salty. I don't know if I get coffee.
Well, that's fine.
Now,
I taste it for you.
I don't know if it's supposed to be roasty.
It's very roasty.
I taste malty, that's for sure.
It's,
Maybe that's a coffee, malty, salty chocolate balls.
Okay, chef. You kind of scrambled the order a little bit, but yeah.
Well, I didn't want to make it a direct link.
Yeah.
Samson.
I was talking about John Favreau, chef. You know that show, The Roaming Chef, where he's like like checking out foods in
Who's
that
the other
movie.
who's the actual chef in that show, Sam? Right now, tell me. Who's
Emerald.
the actual chef in that show?
It's
with
Emerald.
Him? Nope.
Emerald.
Emerald
Ramsay.
Lagasse? False. No.
Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay is not in that show.
Is it Remy from Ratatouille? Ratatouille? Patton Oswalt.
Is Patton Oswalt in Ratatouille?
He's Remy. You didn't know that.
I didn't watch that movie.
Oh,
Because
Cool.
the idea of a rat making my food.
heartwarming. You ready for this new segment?
Time to talk about social anxiety.
Yeah.
So because Sam enjoys these quizzes and tests so much, and I knew he would love this one. Because, like I said before, Sam's not the most comfortable person
To be around.
in
No.
social interactions.
No, I'm fine. I deal. It's fine. I just tell myself in my brain, it's like, there'll be a time beyond this where this won't be your life.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, you will live through this. You'll be fine.
It's just like what you tell yourself when you're about
Yeah.
to die.
No, that's just me talking
It's a-
to anybody.
It's just the techniques you're taught, like how, like instead of exposure therapy, like these are the techniques you're taught, like don't be afraid of the spider; it's not gonna hurt you.
Just-
and then you're like, there'll be a time when the spider won't be here
This will-
trying to kill me.
It'll be gone, and this will not be a problem. You'll be fine. Just,
What's wrong with you?
hey, man, I feel like this is relatable. There's people out there.
I
be.
know there's people out there, but you got to be strong for them. So we're taking the social anxiety
I'm
disorder
talking about it,
test.
David.
I don't know if we have a disorder. It sounds like Sam has seen someone for his disorder and has taught him some good techniques. Taught you some good techniques.
No.
That's a pretty good technique, telling you that there's going to be a time after this.
That's a lot of self-practicing. Just mental
It's
exercises.
okay if you see a therapist, Sam. It's totally fine.
What about
It's fine.
my history that you know would imply that I do any of that?
Maybe your parents made you. I don't know.
I mean, like, the only therapist I've ever seen was a physical therapist.
Because of you're walking on your toes.
Yeah. I walk funny.
Fucking monkey. That's what you are. All right. So there's 24 steps. I like how they call it steps and not questions because they don't
Like
want
it's
you
a
to feel like
rehabilitation.
it's not attacking you. We just want to know
We're here
you.
to help.
First one, meeting someone new for the first time, and it's scaled. So the never avoid is
on the
a light color.
One extreme.
Sometimes avoid is
Middle.
2 with a darker color. Often avoid is 3 little circles that are a darker color of that. And always avoid with 4. So they're telling us what each one's worth. What you like. Meeting someone new for the first time.
Okay.
Kind of feels like situational a little bit to
It
me.
is a little bit.
Because this feels like you have to. Or
Right.
you like, hey, someone new at work.
It's like someone's making an introduction for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, where it's like an inescapable inevitability. I'm just kidding.
Why are you saying it
Because
like that?
it's funnier. I think it's funnier.
You think social anxiety disorder is funny?
I make it funny because
Because I'm dying
hate
right
it.
now.
I'm like, I want to die. No,
Sam really does want to. It's like, if I just died right now, it'd be okay. So
no,
your
like-
ultimate social interaction would be like a serial killer because they kill you instead of talking with you.
nice to meet you. Just skip
Dead.
that. Just
Step,
don't
dead.
even say anything. Just knife
the
to the
fuck
heart.
Okay.
No. Someone new for the first
We are
time.
taking funds for Sam's therapy bill.
No, we're not. I'm not doing that. No. So what do you do? So like, so there's the introductory thing. So
Never
do you
avoid.
like? You never avoid.
Like
I don't go-
Like I said, that situation sounds like it's
Right.
a thing that you have to do.
Like someone walks up. Hey, this is my
Yeah.
friend. I know you.
Yeah.
You. This is. Now you know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vice versa, I used to always be like in college. I was told like I'd never introduce people, and
I'm like that, too.
Not because like it's a polite thing, but I'm like, you're an adult. go
You
ahead
want
and
to meet
introduce
somebody,
yourself. Yeah.
meet them.
Yeah. I'm not fucking wiping your ass for you.
Yeah.
Go do it.
I mean, I do that too, but I feel like I'm not as.
I still don't do. I will not introduce people to other people. Like, I will tell you this person's going to be here. Cool. There. That's all you get. And if people with these kind of anxieties or they need prep to build up to that. But never avoid.
I'll say, well, if it's like this situation where I'm like introduced to somebody,
put you
I'll
at
say,
three
I
or
would
two.
say
I would never.
sometimes.
I wouldn't put you at a 4 for sure because
I don't just like head down, walk away. Like I'll just be short on words.
Hey,
Unless
I'm
like
Sam.
there's instantly like we have something in common, but like I'll be polite.
I think the nice to meet you handshake or handshake. Cool, that's it.
Disassociate. Sometimes I'll still on sometimes avoid.
Okay.
I mean, not
Step
often.
2, public speaking.
Okay.
Again.
This is public speaking
No, it's not.
in a sense.
There's no crowd. I would say that's public speaking.
Well, even then,
Would you be able to talk about something for 15 minutes in front of 500 people?
I mean, I perform.
Talk about something.
It's
There's two different
melodic
things.
talking.
Two different things.
Melodic
You're not gonna
talking.
sing your presentation about
I should
about
though.
cervical cancer.
I could. That'd be memorable.
You couldn't. There's terms that you just
I
couldn't
can write.
fit.
I can write around them.
It would take you years. Sam's social anxiety defense mechanism has kicked in.
Just head bob.
What do you mean to be doing? Up and down.
No, I'm terrible at public speaking. I know. I can be honest. I'm fucking awful
Thank
at
you.
it.
Thank you for being honest for the first time ever.
What are you talking about? I'm so honest
No,
all the time.
It's a bit from a show. I'm gonna say never avoid. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, you have nerves of steel, David. And then you just mentally visualize. You're like, oh, there'll be time beyond this.
Yeah, I don't. I just
I get like the worst butterflies in my stomach. The anticipation of this fucking kills me every time. And like, I'll go up. It doesn't matter. Like, if I like showered recently, I'm always like a bucket of just sweat just got like dumped on me. It's very uncomfortable.
It's probably your hair.
I got it doesn't loan itself. I'm naturally oily. It's very good for just bad situations.
You don't wash your hair every day, do you?
I do.
Okay.
To the point where it's like dry, like bark on a tree, just like dead tree bark.
Do you know to wash it with water?
No, I just use like beach sand.
I
I have
was gonna say
I have a
actual
bottle of
bark.
beach sand and just rub it on. You get that nice earthy smell. It's good.
Piney
Piney the elder. No, public speaking. I don't. I'm between always and often for myself because like if I can avoid it, I will.
I'm gonna give you often, buddy.
Often. Okay, cool.
You're a wreck.
Yeah, I'll go with often.
All right.
Number
Number
three.
three. Making eye contact with someone you just met.
Never. I don't even make eye contact with people I know.
So always avoid.
Yeah. I'm not submissive. I just don't like that. It's weird.
I think you are submissive.
No.
then.
No. I just don't want to. It's like it's another form of invitation, right? I'm like, I don't want to
You're so
engage like
defensive
that.
about this.
What?
You're so defensive.
Because I
like,
think
you're
about this
attacked-
stuff all the
Yeah,
time.
but it's like attacking you, but there isn't anything attacking.
It's not even that like I feel like I'm being
What are
attacked.
you
It's
so
just I'm
afraid
tired.
of?
I'm just tired all the time. I'm like, then like any kind of like engagement, it's like there's gonna be some kind of like I have to explain stuff, and I don't want to
Like right
waste
now?
my words. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. This is for fun. But in the wild though, I can't. Don't test me because I'll
I only make contact.
only make eye contact.
I mean,
do you hold it?
Yeah.
Prolonged eye contact. Just like
I mean, if you're talking with something, engaging with something, it's not normal. Like it's fine.
yeah. No,
And-
I mean
and
like
it's also a way of giving your undivided attention to someone.
no, I
And
get
some
that.
people appreciate that.
Yeah.
Sam,
I'm a good listener. So this usually
But you
ties
don't
into
look at
that.
them.
No, I can. If it's like
But it does make
if I'm
you-
invested in what's happening, sure. But like I don't typically do that.
I'm glad you know the difference.
Yeah. If you're talking with me and you're wondering if I'm actively into it, just look where my eyes are. If I'm looking
on his
anywhere
phone.
but at you, I'm probably like kind of checked out.
Which is
But I won't say it. I'll just
look at me here.
I'll just try to be polite.
Only look at me the entire time.
Locked?
I am the captain
Are you
now.
locked in?
Anyways, I never avoid it. Yeah.
People I just met. I'll say I'll often avoid. It's just I'm just tired. I'm tired a lot of the time.
I think they may call a therapist for you right after this.
Next.
All right, 4, being tested or assessed, particularly when you know the people will likely know or be able to find out the result. So
Being tested or assessed, particularly
public results of
when
something.
you know people likely know or be able to find out the result. I mean, like,
I don't know when this ever happens outside of a competition.
or like school back
When
when.
they used to post grades
Yeah.
on the wall, which
Yeah.
has never happened in the history of ever.
Some places.
Yeah, in the 60s when they wanted kids to compete against each other. Yeah, this is a weird situation.
I mean, like,
I guess yeah, they're making the situation up. So how would you be okay knowing like you did really well or did bad on something?
I mean, for one, like, I guess I don't really care for this. Also, I think there's a lot of inherent flaws, but just how society typically views like what their views on testing, because I don't think a lot of that stuff is like, like a reliable gauge for
I mean,
things.
they also say assessments, which
Yeah.
are better gauges.
True.
So what do you feel about
I don't have a lot of
assessments?
experience with proper
Like,
assessments.
what
though.
if like people just started? It was such a big deal with kids meeting those marks in PE,
Mm-hmm.
like the standard. What if they started doing that for adults?
like specifically like
can
physical
you
assessments?
touch your toes?
Oh,
Can you do sit-ups?
well,
I can't think of anything other than that.
Yeah.
Like the situation does not exist.
yeah. I mean, I don't
Or,
really
or
care.
like you take a night class and your grades are posted publicly. How would you feel about that?
I mean, like, if I don't know something, I don't know something.
I know,
It
but
doesn't
how do
mean
you
you
just
should
feel
be
about that?
embarrassed.
It's not about not knowing. It's just would you be okay with that? Like your grades being posted.
Not really.
Okay.
I don't really. I mean, unless like, whoever's in charge is like an asshole about it, and they make a display out of it.
I don't
to
see
kind
that.
of like
I don't see that.
come down on. I know that's not
Where
part
do
of
you read
this.
the asshole part?
No, I don't. I don't really care.
So never avoid.
Never. You
The
know what?
scale for this
I'll
is
say
weird.
sometimes avoid.
I'm okay with
just because,
yeah.
because I'm like, this doesn't
The
happen.
situation is very odd. I wouldn't care because
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'm either first or last.
David, I'll say never avoid.
I think you're sometimes.
Never. And that is it.
This next one.
It depends. It depends. It really depends.
Step 5, using a public restroom where others might see you.
We doing
Both.
Both?
1s, 2s, and 3s.
what about 4s?
No jacking off, Sam.
No,
Not my kind of bathroom,
it's
David.
not good. It's not fun. No,
Tell them, Sam.
what?
Tell them your thing. Sam, which is, I honestly think there's more people like Sam in this situation.
I try. I mean, like, if it's like speaking from the male perspective,
I would like you to
where we
just
have
be honest.
it's different. No, like, I have no issue using a restroom. I prefer not to use public restrooms just because
They're disgusting. Yes.
yeah, it's gross. It's sanitary. I mean, like, you like to think it's not like
No one uses
outright filthy, but there's
the
no way it's
paper
not.
thing to cover the toilet.
Yeah.
No one
No,
uses that.
So definitely don't do my best to avoid number 2s in public restrooms. Like, if I have to
If you have to take a piss, you go.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
But
whatever.
You will not take a shit
I
out in the world.
unless it is an emergency and I am like
That's not healthy. to
compromised.
hold
Huh?
it. It's not healthy to hold it.
Yeah. I know. So if that happens,
I'm going home.
I'm like, whatever I'm doing,
And
I stop.
we're done.
And then I leave. And hopefully I'm within, at that point, maybe like 10, 15 minutes
We're pretty
from
far
my house.
from Sam's home right
Yeah.
now.
So this would be bad news for me. I had to cut this off. And I'd be like, all right, dude,
Gotta go.
right
Literally.
fucking now. But yeah, no, I prefer not to. I mean, I would if I had to.
Okay. I don't care. I will take a shit. I'll take a piss. I will.
It's, you know what it is? It's because it's like, I consider it's like an intimate thing, or it's like, people don't need to know that you're doing this. And it's like,
I've had people like enter bathrooms in apartments I lived in
Yeah.
and turn the faucet on because they don't
Yeah.
want to hear.
yeah,
Like,
I totally get
that's
that.
so odd to me.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're doing one or two in there.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that I know. Like, why?
Could be
You're
showering.
in the fucking restroom.
Could be taking a shower, man.
You're in the restroom, though. I know you're taking a shit or taking a piss. The faucet doesn't matter.
Yeah. But are you like actively? Is that
a
the
fucking doctor thing up to the wall and listening?
right? Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I just like
You don't. But
Also,
people like me.
9 times out of 10 the fan is loud enough.
Oh well, I like to do it in the dark. So, just kidding. So, no. It's just, it's one of those things.
No,
you just get
yeah.
in your own head about the stuff,
Yeah.
and like you're like
I would
everybody.
I would
I'm
love
under a
to know. I
microscope.
would love to know why. Like,
I don't know. I couldn't explain
what-
why. It's just a thing
what
that I
happened?
have.
Did you have a bad experience? It had to be a bad experience.
Well, it's like, okay. Well, I could understand if it's like, you're doing your business and you're not having any issues. But say you had a bad meal and and it's like you're having a real bad time. Just the thought of you being in an empty bathroom,
and
you're
19
like,
people walk in.
and like the anxiety you feel
Yeah.
at the thought of just that door opening and just hearing
Why would it? Oh, someone else coming in. Okay.
footsteps.
Don't.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then you're like, I can't make any noise.
Public restroom.
Yeah.
People are allowed to come in.
Yeah, I know.
So I guess
I don't want to share that
your
space when I'm
ultimate
so vulnerable.
thought is like a single bathroom where you can lock the door and it's just you.
If it's a public thing and it's like a single
But then you
single
get-
serving
you get that.
restroom.
Someone's
Also not
waiting.
a great feeling because now there's a pressure where you're like,
fuck, I gotta
there's
hurry
a
up.
there's
Yeah.
a sense of urgency.
All right, we spent too much time talking about the public restroom, but it is important because some people freak the fuck out.
Sometimes avoid that.
I use the restroom when I have to go. I have to go. Never avoid. I'm gonna say often for you, buddy. What'd you put?
I put sometimes.
That's a lie. You often avoid. You just said you would drive home, then use a restroom.
I would preference, David.
Never. Avoid.
We already know I'm gonna come back with terrible results for this thing.
I know,
so.
but it needs to be worse.
Okay. Well, one of these I'll answer more to compensate.
Being the focus of attention, or the person everyone is listening to.
Often avoid. I like to be in the background a lot of the time.
I am a small cog. That's
Just
Sam.
keep the machine
Yeah.
moving. Don't hold up the line.
I'm the little.
People have
I'm the
places to
little
be.
spoon in the drawer.
Don't take up any more time than you
I
need
love
to.
being the focus of attention, and I prefer people to listen only to me. So never avoid.
Narcissist.
Sociopath.
We can whisper things. It's fine.
Whisper. Number 7, speaking to a teacher, manager, or someone in authority. So I can see this as like, oh, I don't want to bother them with my
That's kind of what
my little
do.
question.
Yeah. You're like, this is something I feel like I should know, and I shouldn't waste somebody else's time for a thing that I should know.
But then you're like always taught ask questions, because then you're gonna do something and then you're gonna kill someone, and then
Every time.
in my work it's like
I definitely, well, as a child, I had issues with this because it's just like you gotta get over that. I have to speak to people in authority, and there's like a pressure. You're like, I'm nervous. Like, what if I come off like an idiot, and then the person in charge knows I'm an idiot, and then that just follows me, and then there's like always like this weird belittling tone whenever you talk to them again every time after that, where it's like, great, this is my life now. This is it. This is what I am to them.
You've really this.
I'm making a lot of good points here.
I just got a disorder from listening to that.
You like, you poor thing. Why?
I know. I'm not saying you poor thing. I'm saying you fucking idiot. I am the belittling thing.
That's good.
I am the manager in that.
Good thing I don't consider you authority. So,
I mean, not right now.
I prefer not to.
Not
I have a
during the
lot
day.
of non-social preferences.
Are you saying sometimes or often?
I don't have issues with it. I just avoid it. I'll say sometimes avoid. I don't like to waste people's time. So sometimes for me.
Okay, I'm going to say never avoid because I don't know why I wouldn't want to ask my manager or someone in authority a question or speak to them about something.
I'll figure it out on my own.
What?
I will figure it out on my own.
What?
Yeah. Self-sufficient. I don't got to lean on other people like a crutch.
Except when
'cause
you
I'm not
fucking fail.
fucking weak. Yeah. And I'll own that. Like, yeah, I fucked up.
So what happens when someone's like, why didn't you just ask? What if someone says that to you? Like you fuck up and it's like, why didn't you just ask me?
Yeah. Then I'd be like, you're right. And then that's it. That's the end of that conversation. Like, I should have.
Never
Oh, well.
Well.
Can I ask you now? Will it make a
LOL.
difference? It's behind us now. Now I know better.
17 people dead.
Well, get 17 more.
So stupid.
Next.
All right, next step 8. The number 8, step 8 of 24. Expressing a difference of opinion with someone you just met.
Someone I just met. I could give a shit about what someone I just met thinks.
So, okay.
Unless like I like them off the bat, then, it's different.
So if someone says like, I hate Fall Out Boy,
Then I don't talk to them.
then you just met them, like,
Yeah, I write you off. You're not a human to me.
okay. But you're like the vice versa of what a social anxious person would say. You just don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if it's like say you meet somebody, it clicks, and then like this is the first time you guys talk about something where there is a difference of opinion, it's like you don't want to. You probably won't, but there could be a chance that you like might hurt somebody's feelings by sharing an opinion. And you're like, well, I don't want to because this person seems cool. I would like to continue talking to this person, and I feel like this would drive a wedge, and then we wouldn't talk.
What
anymore.
if it's like racism?
Then that's not.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to think.
There's no
something that-
compromising there, David.
Okay, I'm just letting the listeners know.
but I
that
definitely-
you are not a racist.
I let it be known. I know this is a hot topic.
Sam.
No on racism.
Okay.
You're like, what?
I don't know what you were trying to
I don't
do.
know. I don't know what I was doing.
I don't know. Yeah,
I got my
it's like-
hands up and I'm like, oh fuck,
like,
what am I
this
doing
is
with
not
my
a
hands?
Presidential campaign speech.
Slogan.
Yeah.
I have a hard stance. No racism here. Let it be known. This is what these are my
Let the record
beliefs.
show. No.
Human beings are people.
Expressing a difference of opinion with someone you just met. I would say I would avoid it.
Yeah, I have a tendency to like compromise, where I'm like, I see why you think that, but I think this, and I'm like,
Are you gonna say it though? This is about expressing it though.
yeah, well, usually like I'll softball the way I feel about it, so it's like, I'm like, it's not a deal breaker that you don't like this thing. I mean, if you're really passionate about it, then I'll really softball it. I'm like, okay, maybe we'll come back to that later.
Situation.
Okay.
The current Godzilla movies are better than the old ones. someone says that to you, are you going to express your opinion that's saying, no, that's false?
No, I would compromise. I'd be like, I would say things. I would like
So
tee off with like, oh, here's the stuff I like about them.
So here you're validating
Yeah,
someone's opinion.
I'd rather validate
at
than
the same time sharing yours, but not being a like, no, you're wrong.
Yeah,
Even though
I don't like taking that argumentative stand. Well, even then, like on some level, like something like that, I agree with it, but mostly because there are other reasons for me to have this other opinion. So like say like you're like, oh, I don't like any of the old gods. I was like, well, I like them for this reason. Like, oh, it's because they're campy and silly, and like, you know, they don't take themselves that serious. Whereas, you know,
what are you talking about? They're totally serious films.
we'll tell you what, there are serious moments. Definitely, Godzilla freaking dying in the 90s.
It's a little doormatty, but it's also a little like, okay.
I'm willing to be a little bit of a doormat. Where I'm like, yeah. I mean, like, we're
but
friends.
I'll say sometimes avoid just because I think on the same lines as Sam saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
I don't
sometimes.
Want to.
Yeah.
If I just met you and there's supposed to be some sort of relationship.
Yeah, I would rather nurture this potential friendship.
I'd rather like not tell you my difference. Wait like 6 months and then tell you to fuck off with my opinion.
Yeah.
Like little
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say sometimes avoid.
Both of us in agreement there. I said sometimes also.
Okay, that's fine.
Next.
Step 9: speaking to someone you don't know on the phone.
Fucking kill me. I hate talking
not,
to strangers on the phone.
All right, so this is here. I'll say this: speaking to someone you don't know on the phone. I won't avoid that. Picking up the phone with a phone number I don't know. I will never do that.
Oh, I never.
You know why?
Why?
Send me a fucking email.
Or leave me a voicemail.
No, I don't call me. Leave me an email because phone calls I can't record them. But everything in the email stays forever.
Right.
And if you tell me something and then try to fucking lie to me some other day, I'm
You're
like,
no, I've got the
false.
print.
You sent this.
Yes.
Fuck off.
Well, that's good reasoning. I follow your logic.
But I won't avoid speaking to someone on the phone. Like if someone wants to call me about something.
Is it so? Like you,
Or you don't,
I
yeah.
never answer a phone if it's a number I don't recognize. If it's a call I'm anticipating that I have to make,
like an interview or something?
I have to literally, like,
prep yourself.
yeah. There's like this weird mental coaching I have to do. It's like, all right, rehearse. You have to kind of rehearse, like bullet points. Not like you have a script. You're just like, all right, make sure you hit this and this and this. And that should be enough
Some
to
would
carry
say
you.
that's just being very prepared.
No. Because even then,
Does it say like use the restroom before you?
that's a mental note I make. That's not like I'm writing that down, but I try to make. I'm like, you know, you don't do well with this. You should prepare the best you can. But even then, like I'll surprise myself just because, like, you know, the way I talk sometimes. It's like I say stuff and I'm like, the fuck what?
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll say that, and then I'm like, well, I just threw myself a curveball. I can't prepare for for myself when I surprise myself like that. So I hate that. I hate that feeling. I would rather just, you know, if you could just like do a texting kind of thing. That's always better.
I mean,
me.
I will talk to people, like you said. I just recently gave someone a reference for a job, and I, you know, spoke to this person I didn't know, don't know how they look, don't know anything about them, but.
Well, I guess it depends on the nature of the phone call, too. If it's any kind of business-related thing, I fucking hate it. Anything personal? Whatever, I don't care.
Personally, talking to someone you don't know?
Personally?
How does that work?
That's not personal.
Yeah, right?
Interpersonal. No, I mean, but usually there's like some kind of social exchange going on where it's like you have to swap stuff where it's like, oh, you need something from me? Well, I need this from you. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to trade. I feel like I've
You're running a drug business, aren't you?
Does it sound like it?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Or sex trafficking.
Misdirection.
I'm going
definitely not that.
I'm putting lacing you on citizen's arrest right now.
Lacing me? Like shoes. Like shoelaces. Yeah.
I'm going to mace you right now is what's going to happen. So what are you putting?
I'll say often avoid. I prefer not to.
I will say never avoid, but the picking up, that's different.
Dude, I fucking hate this test.
Step 10. Sam, why don't you read this one?
All right. You ready? Mm-hmm. Taking unwanted purchases back to the store. Yeah, I hate this.
I take it as you never do that.
I
take it as you get a wrong. You get a wrong food order and you'll still eat it.
Yeah, I do. And Shaylee hates it. My girlfriend, we've done this a few times, and they've just blatantly they just gave us the wrong thing. And she's like, "Oh, you want to turn back?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to turn around." I'm like, she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because we went through the drive-thru. I'm gonna have to get out of the car. I gotta go in. I gotta talk to somebody." And then I had to explain.
And her order is messed up
that
too.
I was like 2 cars
her
ago.
order.
No, it's usually like it's not. Okay, for instance, we went through Jack in the Box maybe a few weeks back.
Joaquin
and you know, they gave us our bag. We drove away.
Mm-hmm.
I was maybe like not even like half a block away, and I'm driving,
she's like
and she's skimming through this stuff. She's like, "Hey, what did you get again?" And I'm like, "Oh, I got like burger, fries, mozzarella sticks, some chicken nuggets." She's like, "Well, they're missing the mozzarella sticks and the chicken nuggets." And I'll be like, and then I'll do like some mental calculations, like, "It's fine. This is enough food. I don't need it. I don't need any more."
It's like $6.
And then she's like,
"That's 2
turn
items.
around."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No,
it's 2 items.
it's too far. And this is enough food. I'm going to be hungry still. I would have been hungry still. So really, it's not that big of a deal."
You should really be thanking them because that's too much food.
Yeah, really. They're doing me a solid because, yeah, you know what it was? I drove up to the window. They asked for my card because, like, time to pay. And they just gave me a quick up and down. They're like, "This guy could do with a little less. We got to watch out for him, for his health. Because we want him to continue coming back."
On the comments,
yeah.
like, "Chubbs is here."
Yeah, Chubbs is here.
Big Chungus.
big Chungus. big Chungus at window 2. Cut it down for him.
Big Chungus at window 2. Oh. Fuck.
But yeah, no, I just my weird principles. I hardly ever return anything.
I'm trying to think of the last thing I bought that I had to return and then talk myself out of it.
I'm very good at talking myself out of stuff.
I usually I will return stuff. Mm-hmm. That's fine. It's like sending stuff back though, shipping wise, because then you gotta fight with the legal. Legally, I believe every company needs to provide you with a shipping label. Mm-hmm.
A return label.
Some companies like to well, you can pay for it, and then we'll give you. It's like
no.
Give me the shipping label. I'll put it in a box. Actually, yeah, I did that once, and the company was like, "We don't want it. Here's your refund."
Yeah,
because it's just like costs way more to sell it back. But I'm fine with unwanted purchases back to the store. That's kind of stupid. Why'd you buy it in the first place?
Well, I'm thinking. Okay, now let me reframe this. So, unwanted purchase. What if it was like a gift,
and you want to return it? You're an ass then.
Well, no, because sometimes they like. Say it's like
people do that
like
to
a friend or family. They're like,
yeah.
"Hey, I got you this thing.
And the gift receipt.
I'm not 100% sure you're into it, but so here's the receipt."
Gift receipt.
Yeah.
I think they're doing that to be polite, and you should be even more polite and just accept the gift.
And then,
that's
when
it.
their back's turned,
no,
you get that money.
Unless they piss you off or you don't like them, then
Then why are they getting you gifts?
Family,
do you get people gifts when you don't like them?
It's family.
Then just don't get anything.
I mean, I don't.
You have the gift of presents. My presents.
I don't. It's family, Dom.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'm fine with taking it back.
I have taken stuff back, but I 95% of the time do not. So I'll say often, but it'll be a very heavy often.
Okay.
Yeah.
Step 11, situations where someone might try to sell you something. Sam.
I try to avoid this
and
at
it doesn't
all
work.
costs.
It doesn't work.
No, because I just have a very sell to me kind of face.
You have a welcoming face to.
It doesn't do me favors.
To annoyance.
To an annoying degree.
Mm-hmm. Where people are like,
You know what I should do?
Need to ruin this man's day.
I should scar myself so I look less inviting.
then people will just
Then
come
I'll
up to you and ask
intimidate
you about your
people.
scars. They'll just ask you about your scars.
Yeah, but that's less transactional. That's more
And
of
then
like
they'll be
inquisitive.
well, I have a cream for that. Would you like to buy it? Would you like? But you have to be a member. You'll be my mentee.
You're so good. You're so good. Look at you. He would be a nightmare
fucking
salesman.
I know.
David would be the worst salesman on the planet for people like me. Yeah.
Because then Sam's like, all right, how much do I have to pay you to leave me alone?
What does it
A
take?
simple membership fee of $150 a month. Cool.
Annual.
Here's my fucking card. Get out of here.
Would you like to join our gold tier? Upsell even more. I'm like, I fucking hate
Oh
you.
no, there's a problem with this membership tier. We ran out of it. You have to upgrade to the platinum, the multi-platinum diamond series only. I would avoid this often.
I always avoid, but even then, sometimes it doesn't work.
I work in a position where I get emails. It's funny, people just email places and they will email everyone and be like, well, are you interested in buying this or this? And it's like, I have no power to do that. I'm not that person.
Right.
But when I get phone calls, it's like, hey, are you interested in buying this, this, and this? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Let me get my pen.
No, all I'm like, yeah, you got to ask this person, though. Because I tell them, it's like, because I don't buy anything. I don't have a credit card.
I'm not in accounting.
Well,
I don't do any of the pay
my
stuff.
boss has a credit card from said department. So, but
I'm not authorized to make
I
that
don't
decision.
have one.
I'm going to say always.
I'm going to say often. 100%. Also, salesmen are the worst. Number 12, speaking in person with someone new. So kind of like the phone.
I'm definitely better when it's in person because, I have a face to go off of.
What if you don't like the face?
Then I don't talk to you.
So you only talk to people whose faces you like.
I wish that were true. If I could make that choice, I
talk
would.
To a lot of people.
I talk to a lot of people
hate.
who I could care never to see.
I wish a blender hit them.
In the on position.
I'm gonna say never avoid. I'm fine. I'm not. That's a simple question.
I'll say sometimes avoid.
Okay. Making calls in public or where other people can hear you. I'm gonna chop this up to not being social anxiety, but just being polite.
Yeah.
Don't ever pick up your phone in public. You know what's the worst part is? Talking in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Like you're on the phone, like urinal, like people next to you, other people, or going into a stall and taking
taking calls at the urinal?
No, I've seen people do that, and I'm
That's
like,
nuts.
I will look at you and be like,
get your hand. Oh, what are you doing?
I give them like just dead looks, like, like what, like sacrifice your firstborn because you're an idiot.
I mean, like, I could understand to some degree, like if you're on the can, but not at a urinal. That's
no. What's wrong with you, Sam?
What?
On the can? No,
yeah.
no.
No, I mean, like,
So what is
I don't agree with it, but I understand why some people do it.
No.
Are you cold?
No.
That was like you were shivering.
What if the person hears a drop and you're like, what was that? Do you tell them, oh, I'm on the can?
No. I don't condone it.
No. You condoned it,
You
Sam.
cut me off again.
You condoned it.
I'm gonna
You
do
condid
something. You condid it. No, I don't do that. Yeah. I mean, like, where's your sense of decency?
You're so from California. No, I don't do that. Yeah.
No, I don't do that, but yeah, no, seriously. Like,
No, yeah.
Like what?
Or yeah, no.
yeah, no. Totally.
No, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Duh.
No, yeah.
No. Hello.
No.
What is it? You
Yeah.
fucking idiot. Give me an answer. No,
Oh, man.
yeah.
I'm
Do it
gonna. I don't like picking up the phone, so I will sometimes avoid it.
If you keep it under a certain decibel and you're not in the bathroom, like if you're just out in public, if you keep to yourself and you're not like on speaker for the world to hear, those people kill me. But
people who use speakerphone and not in your car, please kindly jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
I will sometimes avoid.
If you're you're decent and you keep it at an acceptable thing, and it's not like you're announcing it to
What about
everybody.
you, though?
Sure. I don't get a lot of phone calls like that in public.
So you will always avoid.
Really, it's like you and then like 2 or 3 other people I talk to
never
kind of
called
regular.
Sam.
Yeah, and even then,
Because there's no need
you still
for it.
call me more than anybody else.
David calls me the most. I have never
He's
called
never.
him.
He's like exclusively text. That's our
He
relationship.
calls me, and I hate it.
Do I call you? I don't even. I do call you.
What the fuck is wrong
Hey
with
man,
you? You can look at my call
you-
history, and it's always incoming calls from Sam. I've
like,
never
hey,
called him.
I'm around the corner. Let's go get beer.
Yeah, and it's like, and then I'll hang up, and I'll say, okay, in a text.
I'm gonna say often avoid.
Step 14. Raise a point or ask a question in a work meeting or in a class.
I kind of like doing this one. For as weird as that might
Do you
sound.
like asking questions?
No, I just like.
Are they relevant?
I like when I notice a point that no one's addressed yet, and then I bring it up, and it's like, oh, like an illuminating thing. Where it's like, I never looked at it like that. Can I tell you a story real quick? It's kind of on this. So
I'm
I got.
just trying to process that you're that guy that, like,
Yeah,
always says
I'm
something
that douche.
because they need to.
So there. All right, I was on jury
I
duty.
almost want to hit
Like
you.
it's like maybe
You're on jury duty?
2-3 years ago.
They trusted you? You didn't tell them you were a sociopath?
I didn't know this at the time. We didn't take this test yet.
Don't they like test?
They
like-
screen you.
Yeah, they screen you.
Have you ever
passed
been?
that?
Yeah, have you ever been put on
My-
a trial?
No, I almost did, and then after that, I just put I was bipolar, and I never got a letter ever again.
Well, good for you.
And at the time, I had an actual therapist, so I put them underneath it because I am actually
Right.
bipolar, so I'm
Okay.
allowed to. I'm not doing it to be an ass, and never. They just won't because I'm not going to pass the screening
Right.
process.
Well, in any case, I got stuck on this trial, and it was basically like a DUI kind of thing.
I just imagine everyone trying to
And
talk to you.
I think I made the point that made the case where we got a verdict, because otherwise we would have been a hung jury. Because this should have been a cut and dry kind of thing.
Was he drunk?
The loophole was it wasn't for drinking. He had amphetamines in his system,
So
and he got
worse.
pulled over. Yeah, it was really bad.
So
but
it's not a DUI,
when we were
but
deliberating,
DW.
we should have gotten this done in like not even an hour. But we had to come back for like 3 fucking days because just this group that I was in, they just could not get over the fact that he had a substance in his system and it was illegal, but they were hung up on the fact that there was no percentage that they could associate with where they're like, well, we can't.
Did he crash?
No, he got pulled over, but it was like
So
we
the
seen
officer
like
had
the dashboard
reason-
footage and
But
stuff.
the officer had reason
The
to
dude
pull
was
him over.
clearly just
So there's, I'm sorry. So there's evidence of him
Yeah.
not being safe
Yeah.
while driving. One.
Yeah.
Before even acknowledging that
Right.
he is high
before they assessed him.
on cocaine.
I forget
PCP.
exactly what it was, but it was bad news.
All right. So whoever was, there's so much fucking water on this table now.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever in that jury was like, well, there's no, they should be on trial for idiocy.
It was like they were all like, because they were trying to make the comparison with like alcohol. If you're over this certain percentage, so like, okay, well, we can't honestly say that was impairing your
But
driving
it's
ability.
a driving under the influence,
Yeah.
not driving under alcohol.
Yeah,
Influence
that's
is
the point I made, because
Yeah.
I was pretty quiet just listening this
point
whole
is
time, and I
influence.
was like, okay, guys, well, here's the thing: it's an illegal substance, so the appropriate number or percentage
Is
of
zero.
what should be in his system is zero. And I'm like, and he had literally any number over zero. That makes it a bad thing.
I would say
So,
point,
and
if
then
there
when I
was-
read
if there
some-
was an
yeah.
actual way to determine that in your blood or however it looked,
Right.
versus,
Yeah.
I know there are studies like weed sometimes make people better
Right.
drivers, like because
Right.
they can focus more. But I'm still against people smoking weed
Yeah.
while driving.
No, I get it, because it alters your state of mind and
Yeah.
your operating machinery,
I'm
all that
also
junk.
against people driving while drinking coffee. Because actually,
In any case-
that does alter your
In any
mind,
case,
too. Sam.
a trial that should have taken a day
So
tops.
you raised that point.
I raised that point, and then it was like light bulb moment for everybody,
And then
and I
you-
was like, I'm so glad.
You got so high on that moment. You're
Yeah,
like, I must.
dude, I
make it my
rode that.
point.
I rode that high the 2 minutes it took to drive from the courthouse to my house.
Was this recent?
I told you it was like 2 years ago. Yeah. Fucking hilarious.
That was
I'm
the
like,
last
I was on the young end of that.
That was the last courthouse I was at
Yeah.
to do jury duty, and then
cool.
after that, just like bipolar.
Yeah.
Here's my dog.
It was very funny. And that was like my first like
So you never
court
avoid,
thing.
you never avoid raising a point or asking a question.
If I feel it's a good point, I
Yeah,
don't
see
care.
I think that's a makes a difference if it's a meeting where it's like someone like has good meetings and knows to hit every point. There's no point in asking a question.
Yeah, I mean, because it's redundant.
But it kind of sounds like you just do it.
If I have something to add,
Whether or not
I don't
it's
care.
relevant.
if it's relevant, if I have something to add and it ties back,
Okay. I'm gonna say
otherwise I'm silent.
I'm gonna say sometimes avoid because it depends. To me, it just depends on the meeting.
Yeah, I'll say often avoid, but not so much out of any kind of anxiety.
I'm gonna say you say sometimes. Sometimes for you.
Sometimes.
Yeah. You just admitted you like raising the point, so I feel like you kind of look out for.
I
that
look for it.
moment.
I'm just saying, like, I don't get those opportunities.
I know,
a lot.
but you look for it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's a social anxiety. That's what I'm saying sometimes because you're not doing it because of social anxiety. If you put often, then you are more social anxious.
Oh, I thought it was like.
Yeah, no,
I thought it was like I'm often looking for that.
no. Socializing with.
Well, I put sometimes then.
Okay. Next one, socializing with others where alcohol is present.
No, that's best conditions for me.
We are literally doing this right now.
Yeah. Always avoid.
I would never avoid it. This is a weird
I
question.
couldn't quite say never avoid, but I'm definitely more sociable when alcohol is
So
present.
it feels like this is an Alcoholic Anonymous question. Like, do you need alcohol to be socializing with others where alcohol is present? They're making alcohol the bad thing in here.
But it's not.
I
It's
mean,
an
it is.
aid.
I mean, it is bad for you.
An aid.
I'm not going to avoid it, but here's another thing. Going to parties and stuff.
Yeah, not always your
Not my
bag.
thing.
Yeah.
Going to bars and relaxing, sitting,
I guess it depends on the kind
Yeah.
of
socializing, and where.
yeah.
So, but I guess that
Alcohol is not inherently a deal breaker.
Deems us kind of socially anxiety people.
So sometimes avoid.
I'm gonna
I would
say never, but because that alcohol isn't the thing I'm avoiding.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna say sometimes.
That's fine.
Thank you.
You do you. All right. Step 16: writing or typing while others are watching you. I absolutely hate when people are like near me and I'm trying to type something.
Looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. Like, I don't want to hit P-O and then Pornhub comes up.
That is, yeah, that is a type of anxiety. You're like, fuck, one
I'm
keystroke could
joking
ruin
because
this.
there's something called incognito mode.
It's good. I mean, like,
I hate it because I would say my school didn't have the greatest typing program. In fact, they didn't.
have.
One.
Yeah.
Did you have the typing class in elementary school? Where they
No.
just showed you how
I
to-
never, like,
No, and they just show you like the basics?
No.
No?
I remember, like, when the few times, not the few times, but when we would go for, like, computer lab, when they would break in elementary school, and like, oh, we're going to go over here. Like, that was a thing you could do. They had, like, little, like, computer game stuff you could play to, like, work on that stuff,
Yeah.
but it wasn't mandatory or anything.
Oh,
so I never got, like, assessed for my
Mine felt
words per
mandatory,
minute
and
or, like,
it wasn't games. It
Yeah.
was like type W,
No.
type A. Like
I never-
it taught you like to put your fingers here.
no, I never learned
Where they're
that.
supposed to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm all self-taught, which
Means
scary.
nothing.
It's very bad. Yeah.
Are you not?
How do you assess?
Word per minute? How many? I don't
tried
even
that.
fucking know.
I don't care. I type
But
what I type.
I'm asking you.
As fast as I type.
So 10.
Upwards of 10 words a minute.
10 to 30.
10 to another number beyond 10.
Yeah. So I hate it because I've just never really was forced to do it a lot. And then
Mine's more so
my wife is wicked quick.
wicked quick.
Dude, wicked quick.
Yeah. I mean, some people just got it.
I also fucking hate typing. I think anytime I do heavy typing days at work,
Right.
I'd rather cut my hands off and never
Right.
type.
So I don't care for when people are watching, but it's more out of annoyance than any kind of anxiety. It's like, do your own shit. Why are you watching
I
me?
mean, then
it's not a show.
I can see a
It's
situation.
mechanical.
I can see a situation where it's like, hey, can you look up that email and that link, and we can look at this together? I can see the situation.
Fucking walk.
I literally had this situation happen to me on Friday at work. It's like we were
Yeah.
looking at this swivel mount.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know where the email is.
That's me like, fucking walk away. Let me find it, and I'll come get you when we're ready. So you don't have to waste
point
your
being-
time.
Exactly. Point being, don't come on my side on my keyboard.
Yeah.
Stay away from my monitors.
Wait till I'm ready for you.
I don't want you to
with
see
this
my
thing that you
fucking-
just sprung on me.
Rashida Jones wallpaper on my computer.
Nice.
It's hot, dude.
It's good.
All right. Sometimes avoid, often avoid. What are you gonna put? Sounds like you're often.
You're
like
it's definitely
you're
often.
angry about it.
It's not anxiety. It's like I'm
Yeah,
salty.
So often. I'm gonna say sometimes then.
Okay.
If you had said always avoid, I would have put often. I don't think I'm as bad as you.
So you were gauging off of me.
Yeah. Because I'm not as bad as you.
It's weird the stuff that sets me off sometimes. I'm like, why?
It's not weird. It just
I find it weird.
would love
I'm like,
to-
that's weird knowing what I know about myself.
goal is
That's
to, like,
something that bugs me.
hopefully be able to time travel to these times in your history where this affected you, and you just became watching those moments of you growing up. to
See
be the
those
person-
moments.
yeah.
See those moments that molded me over
Yeah.
time. This is
What if it's like I'm the one that caused those moments? Like I went and pushed you
Yeah.
in mud. And
You're
you
just
fucking
some-
like I hate typing.
Yeah. they're like, oh, look at this guy. This guy that I know that I can shape.
That reminds me of the Invader Zim. Like he goes back in time and like tries to kill Dib, and he doesn't because his dad is a fucking brilliant scientist. So he just builds him into a better, arguably a killing machine. So he keeps throwing these fucking piggy stuffed animals. And he just keeps adding weapons to his like suit. It's
He's
great.
like- he's making him.
You're like making him
Yeah.
better.
That's good.
Okay. Next one. Step 17. What? This is just gross. Shared meals in a gathering or group. No one touching my food.
So this is like I'm thinking like a plate of chips or like a bucket of popcorn or like a.
See, I'm thinking worst case scenario. We all go out, 15 of us. We get a big table, and some assholes like, let's just order what
order together.
and then we'll kind of just no, that's fine.
No.
And we'll just like try everyone's. That's what that is.
Is that a thing?
Yes, there are assholes. I think that's the same assholes who, in a meeting, will say a point.
Oh, you must mean somebody else.
Shared. I must have
I hate when other people do it, but not when I do it.
shared meals in a gathering or group. This also might mean just like eating in front of people.
I don't have an issue with that. I mean, like I like going out for like
I
dinner
think-
and stuff.
I mean, that's the same reason why people don't like using the restroom.
I mean, like
in public.
it'd be different if it said, "I don't like when people watch me eat," like, and they're not also eating,
I had
or
a person
Yeah, no,
in
but
high
like if-
school tell me that they went out on a date once and they like get food and their date doesn't get food and he's like, oh, I'm not hungry, and then she has ordered food,
Like
so it's
food,
yeah,
food.
so she is now eating, and
so that date's over.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was hilarious though. It was like listening to her because I was really interested in her. I was like, you deserve that.
Yeah. That's good.
Just like with petty.
Oh, I'm not hungry. What the fuck are we doing here? Why did we
Giant
decide to
bowl
do
of food.
this?
And
Yeah.
then it was his idea to go to a food
What
court.
an asshole. Or what a pro gamer move. It's one or the other.
Or yeah, he's trying to actually show you dominance in that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's either terrible or amazing.
didn't
So
work.
Oh, well,
All right, shared meals. Yeah, I'm okay with eating. If I order my own plate, don't touch my food.
yeah,
Now that being said, hey, this is really good. You should try this.
right. I don't
I'd be like, here's. Some.
I don't if they're implying like people just helping themselves to your stuff, I'll cut your damn fingers off. Don't touch my shit.
It's called family style. Yeah,
What?
family style.
Yeah, I don't even do that with my family.
If your mom asks you for a bite of food, you give her one.
if she asked.
Yeah.
Don't just reach into my plate.
I mean, but as your mother, do you think that'd be okay?
No.
She gave you life.
You raised me better than that. You know. Lead by example. Don't do that. I wouldn't do that to your plate. I'd ask first.
You raised me
because I'm not an
better than
animal.
that, so you wouldn't attack
You raised
her.
me better than that, meaning
But-
you should also know that this is a no-no. Don't touch people's food without consent. Consent extends to other things. Yeah? I think we all learned something
hope
to
you're
hear.
not comparing consent of food trying to of the sexual nature.
I'm not. I didn't say any of that. I'm just saying consent
Okay,
means
where
a
does
lot.
it extend from? You said it extends to food sharing. Where does it extend
It
from?
it extends to lots of things, David. There's a lot of things
That-
where consent
Do you-
matters.
Listener, do you hear that politician tone he just took?
This is a non-issue.
Non-issue. Oh, I love that. Oh, fuck.
This is a it's just a human experience.
Let's be honest. In my empire, I wouldn't be elected. Sam would be. And I would just
Why?
puppeteer it.
That's good. What is this? What is this? No.
Future
It's good.
of America.
Shared meals. I don't have an issue going
fine,
out to eat
never
with
would.
others.
Yeah.
It's just that, if you're hungry, order what you want and stick to that.
If someone asked you,
If you ask me,
no
and
matter what, you're gonna give me a bite of your food. If I ask you, it's automatic.
no, you have to earn it.
What if Isabel asked you? What if Isabel
Well, it depends. What's she asking for?
can
Can I have a bite of that burger when I'm like jaw deep into my burger?
Can you cut me out? Well, there's called silverware that most, if not 99% of restaurants have.
It's
Sam.
totally dependent on the situation.
on the silverware.
So yeah, exactly. I'm like, what do I have? Chopsticks?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. No, it's literally always things like in a sushi place, it's gonna be chopstick. That's gonna be really
You're
hard.
like, I'm not doing that.
But then it's a roll, so you could totally give a piece out. No, David,
sliver
I get
of my
hand rolls
sushi?
only.
Exclusively.
Really? Do you really?
No,
Look,
I'm not a
People who get hand rolls,
moron.
and people who get hand rolls for other than the fact that it's just
people who
a
get
nice
hand
cut
rolls
of
are people that don't
fish.
know how to use
No,
chopsticks.
I'm okay with hand rolls as long as it's a nice cut of fish.
Yeah.
But if you get a hand roll,
It's like a California roll. What are you doing?
Well, yeah.
What, you don't like sushi?
Just get a hand roll. They're the same price.
You're getting
but
a-
you get way more.
You're getting a hand roll, and it's a California roll. You don't like sushi.
Also-
what are you
also,
doing here?
the
Go
California
get your
roll,
McDonald's.
You can get your chicken nuggets.
Go get your Mighty Kid meal.
Go get your chicken nuggies.
Chicken nuggets.
All right. 18. Did you answer the food one?
I forgot.
I said never avoid.
Never mind. I don't care.
All right. 18. Being the last to walk into a room or entering a room after a meeting has started. All right.
can't do
Those
this.
are two way different situations.
They're
to me.
both not good in my eyes. I don't like to do that.
So walking in last into a room,
No, because
then you get no pick of the chairs.
it depends. It depends where you're walking in from. Are you at the back of the room? Are you at the front? Is there a presentation going on? Is it like a meeting? Are you by whoever's speaking when you walk in?
I guess this stems from your social anxiety from entering the movie theater.
This is my NPC like preference of just being in the background. I don't like to call unwanted attention to myself when I am not by default.
People are looking at me.
Yeah. Okay, so like say like
Because
you're
it's
in a
all
classroom.
about you,
Well, no.
isn't it?
It is.
Sam?
In that moment, I'd be like, I don't want to be alive.
I'm telling
I know. No.
Sam has a deep social anxiety disorder because he's literally contemplating death.
No. It's more like it's just like
Can we make a TV show where it's like social anxiety situations and the person just kills themselves?
no, just to get
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
it.
just to get out of
Yeah,
it.
it's more like I don't want to deal with the
Finding
mental
a
gymnastics
chair?
I have to do with myself. Yeah.
What is? It's a fucking chair,
Yeah,
man.
But like, okay, say like, you're taking a class, you show up late. Whoever's the teacher, professor, whoever is
all right,
teaching.
can we stop there? Fuck you for already being late. You deserve.
Yeah,
whatever's
no,
coming.
absolutely.
Okay,
I'm not saying like.
Continue.
Okay. Well, anyway, so you say there's like a glass in the door. You peer through, deep in the discussion. Everyone's eyes firmly rooted towards the front of the class, and you're like, "This is the only entrance."
Wrong classroom.
That too. You're already making bad choices at this point in the day. So it's like, why wouldn't you just fuck up on the room? Like, what if it's the first day?
So it's going in. You walk in.
You walk in.
Everyone.
You creak that doorknob. You're like, all right, so far so good. That didn't seem loud. Open it. It just happens to be the door that the janitors haven't WD-40'd in about 6 decades. So it's just like you're open. It's just like a big. It's like a creaking ship.
Opening up every horror movie.
All the heads in your mind, because you're like, that was fucking loud. That was disruptive. It doesn't matter if they do this or not, but you just picture all the heads just whipping in your direction. And it's like
in every movie.
Yeah.
You watch way too many
They're
movies,
like,
dude.
I'm focusing on this. What the fuck was that? So it's like you go from engaged in a positive way to engaged in a negative way. And it's like you feel
that
it.
positive is
No,
dependent on the
it's
person.
totally in your mind. Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I'm just saying, man. It's putting things in perspective for myself. So I would rather, you know what? I'm just not going to class that day.
I feel like
boo-hoo. I fucked up. Guess I don't get to
I
learn.
think this is two different situations to me, because being the last to walk into a room versus entering a room after a meeting late is what that reads to me. It's different. Because you can walk in.
Right.
Me and Sam walk into a room with 2 chairs.
If you have company, it's different. But you're by yourself.
All right. Me and Sam walk
differently.
into a room and I don't know him and I actually hate him and want to make him
So that's what you're thinking, but I'm thinking I have a partner in this. I don't know him, but we have this shared experience. So now I have this unspoken bond.
Knowing that, I'm gonna
be making looks with you. I'm like, hey, we
door,
came in late at the same time. Isn't that crazy?
And then quickly grab it and close it right behind me, so Sam's alone again.
But then now I have something new to latch onto, because then I'll open the door and I'll be like, the fuck? And I'll be looking around for like affirmation. I'm like, did you guys just fucking see that?
And
This
then I'll
guy
be like,
snubbed
that
me.
guy's late.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, fuck that dude. And then we'll just get in a fist fight in the middle of class
What is
or
wrong
whatever.
with you?
It's fine.
Why is it a life and death? All right.
It's a life
I
or
don't
death.
care for this, but I'm never late to a meeting. So
I
I'm going to say never avoid.
always often avoid.
Okay, that's fine. Number 19, joining in team or group activities. I sense this is more like, hey, we have a giant project.
You want to do the bulk of the work?
Do you want to do the introduction? I will do the conclusion. This guy will do the body, and that guy won't do anything.
So he gets graded separate.
This doesn't bother me.
I don't have a problem working in a group.
Step 20, appearing. Oh, I'll let Sam read this one.
Appearing in a play or musical performance.
I am 100% okay with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think a play would be different though.
No, I'm okay with that. Because I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done
Yeah.
a play or two.
Fiddler on the Roof or something?
What?
Fiddler on the Roof or something?
Honestly, I can't remember. A long time ago.
I was the big bad wolf.
I don't have. It's weird.
the
I
Three
don't
Little
like
Pigs.
public speaking, but if it's any kind of like performance kind of thing, it strangely doesn't really bother me as much.
I guess, all right, what if we...
Because my mind is occupied with something else.
What if we did a 22nd century version of Romeo and Juliet, and you're Romeo and I'm Juliet? How would you feel about that?
I'd be consumed by the role because I'm like, I gotta sell this.
I mean, 22nd century. This is a cyberpunk version of Juliet and Romeo.
Are we talking like hologram stage? With like,
No,
like
I'm just
digital sets?
No, I'm just talking neon colors.
Okay.
Yeah, chill.
Oh, so this is like a Xenon's
I
kind of
just
thing.
said cyberpunk.
I like Xenon.
What is wrong with you?
Disney Channel original, man. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
The sequel.
We are literally 9 months apart.
What?
Idiot. Of course I know. I saw Xenon before you were even born. Man. Of course I know what Xenon. I heard she's really racist now, though.
I don't care. I don't.
You said
It's out. It's out of my.
I
don't
also
care.
just made that up, but
I mean, well, I'm not wrong. Still, I
she
still
might
don't care
actually
because
be,
it
though.
doesn't
She
impact me.
kind of looked like she could have been. Number 21, meeting
Never
new
void.
people that you might want to date.
I mean, like,
All right, I guess we gotta kind of I'm married, and Sam has a
Committed.
12-year,
Very deep into a
13
long
is it
relationship.
13 or 11? 2010? 11 year.
12.
So, 9, 10.
12 years. No.
Oh, you're 12 years. I thought you said 2012. So 12 years.
So we're
Some would say Sam could file for domestic partnership and get the tax break. He won't.
no, it's fine. Meeting new people you might want to date. I don't care.
One, if I want to date them, I want to meet them. I'm not going to avoid that.
Yeah, you're like, oh no, I might want to date this person. What am
I don't want to see them.
I better not meet them.
I can, if this was answered, oh, are you anxious to meet them? Yeah. But I'm not going to avoid meeting them if I want to date them.
And how would you know if you wanted to date them if you didn't meet them?
Well, what if he's, I guess, solely based on looks, if you see someone attractive?
I'm not shallow like that.
Yeah, I mean, he is.
I mean, like, if you're pretty, if you're attractive, handsome,
Who is the
whatever.
most attractive celebrity you know? Who's the most attractive celebrity to you? Not that you know. To you.
To
Who's
me?
a really hot celebrity? And would you ever, if you had the chance, would you go on a casual date with them? I would.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it like that.
I was like, who do I? I'm like, I don't even know.
Rachel
I'm not paying
Weisz or
attention.
something? Weiss?
What?
She's pretty hot.
Okay, that's cool. No, I don't. Why would I avoid that?
Yeah, never avoid it.
Also, it doesn't apply to me really. So
You got.
I know. You have to answer. Yeah, but always no, never. I don't care.
All right, step 22, completing tasks where others are watching you. I am okay with this because I am the best to complete tasks. Never avoid. Now, it's something I'd never done. Yeah, of course, but
if it's something you know, I mean, like,
even if I've never done it, the stipulation already is I've never done it, so it doesn't matter.
It's
if I'm
usually
good or
like a
bad.
thing
Yeah.
that they know is
Yeah.
like, oh, he doesn't do this, so
Yeah.
like, he might make a mistake, but I've taken that into consideration.
Like tomorrow, I am making zucchini bread for the first time because my coworker, and I shit you not, you know what a zucchini is, right, Sam?
It's like a virgin pickle.
So, no, that's cucumber.
I just like saying things. Go ahead.
So it's like that's big.
Yeah, I know.
His zucchini that he gave me, I shit you not. So regular zucchini, I would say no bigger than the can, and then way skinnier. The zucchini that he brought,
like the girth of it. All right, hefty zucchini.
32-ounce bottle hefty. It's huge. So I'm gonna make some zucchini bread. Am I nervous for it? A little bit, but not anxious about it.
Yeah.
But if someone were gonna watch me doing it, and I've never done it, I'm not gonna care because I've never done it.
I would say, like, I know anxiety and nervousness do kind of. There is some overlap, but they're not the same thing.
So what I think is, you can be nervous without being anxious.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can be anxious without being nervous.
See, it's weird though, because it's like they're two
it's
distinct things,
like
but
the
they're
bathroom
very
thing.
closely
it's like the bathroom
related.
thing. It's like every pee is a pee, but every poop is a pee too. Like you don't just go to the bathroom and take a shit. You probably take a piss too. But you don't go take a piss and it's probably going to end up a shit. No, you're already planning on that shit.
Why do we always land on these examples?
Anyways, I'm just saying, like, what'd you answer?
I mean, like, if it's something I'm familiar with and I know how to do it, like,
So if
I
it's
don't really care.
unfamiliar,
If
you
I'm
wouldn't like it.
unfamiliar, I'm like, yeah, of course, because like,
Then you should put sometimes.
yeah, obviously sometimes. I think it is for anxiety reasons for me though, because
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like you're not.
It's not nervousness, it's
you
like-
would probably be nervous with
Yeah.
something you have done.
Yeah.
But you're not anxious about it.
Yeah,
You're just
But if
nervous
it's
that
something
someone-
new, then I'm
then
like
you're anxious.
Then I'm all in my head.
But
I'm like,
yeah.
you're gonna fuck this up. You're gonna fuck this up.
23. Arranging gatherings with friends or families. I will 100% always avoid this.
I don't like to be in an organizational kind of position.
I have a high level of standard to things I want to do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be like, we're going to do Halo 4-player V4 with shots every losing team. And then we're going to go out. And then I just have things don't like, just doing one thing doesn't do it for me. Like I want a good planned out thing. So I cannot be the guy planning out things because everyone won't come. No one's going to come.
Like it's going to be a terrible time.
Yeah. Like my bachelor party.
That was fun.
It was fun, but I definitely put it down because
you didn't take it.
I wanted
you
to
didn't
make
do.
it
You didn't go as hard
out.
as you would have.
I mean, it would have started with us chugging beer.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
before the games have started. What'd you put?
Always avoid. I'd rather help. Don't put me in charge because I'll fuck it up too. Because I'm very anal about specifics.
You know that.
Yeah, I know me.
You know
Next.
Last one, 24.
Attending gatherings with friends or family.
I was like, is that the same thing? But I guess it's just being there.
No, it's different.
So I'm gonna go with often avoid. Because one, I don't have any friends. Compared to the normal person, I would say a normal person has like 10 friends.
What?
Yeah. I have like
okay, well then we're both outliers.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Well, I felt really good about myself.
I feel maxed out
right now.
I feel maxed out at like 2. 10. I don't have the emotional energy for
friends,
10.
Not best friends.
No, I meant friends.
Oh, you think 2 friends is
a lot. That's
too
a
much.
lot for me to keep track of.
Well, that's just your standard.
But
isn't it?
I do have room for a bestie in addition, so.
Are you trying to replace me?
I'm excited to meet them. just kidding.
Trying to replace me or something?
No. Okay. I have an allotment for 3 friends.
You know, there's
one being
a
a
clause
bestie.
in the contract you signed that I will sue you if I am not your best friend.
Where was that?
You were there.
What? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it's informal, it doesn't bother me. If it's like an event, then I'm kind of.
What's the situation? What event is your friend telling you to come with other friends and family?
What if
like
it's
your
like
birthday?
a wedding?
Like your birthday? Did you hate that? I guess you did kind of hate that.
No, I like that.
I texted him the next day, and he's like, "I'm so fucking tired. It was just
Well,
work.
well,
it
the
was
way
all work.
the way it worked out for my thing, because I basically like it was weird, but like emceed my own birthday. That's so sad. It was like a concert almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's weird.
In a
I don't think that's a
garage.
normal thing.
You guys should have just built a stage on the driveway.
But yeah, like attending gatherings, friends or family, I'd be like, if it's just like, hey, we have some family coming in from out of town, they want to get dinner, like, sure. But if it's like, hey, it's a family reunion, we haven't had a family reunion in 20 years, like, for instance, something I've got going on in my family right now, we're getting all of our extended family, we're going to hop on a plane, and we're just all going to be around each other. I'm like,
Where are you going?
probably Hawaii. Probably. I think it's probably
I don't
early.
know if you saw in the news, but most of the Hawaiians don't want people going to Hawaii right now.
Okay, well, it's good that my family is pretty much rooted over there.
Just saying.
Yeah,
Just saying.
yeah. Well,
You should let.
You
them
should
come
say that to yourself.
Come. I'm never gonna go to Hawaii. It's way too fucking hot.
it is pretty humid.
Yeah. No. Do you see how much I'm sweating now? I'm dripping on my chair.
Me
I
too,
feel
man.
it.
Me too. I'm also sweaty.
Take your jacket off.
No, I don't. Yeah, I
Let's see
you
that
my
big chunkus.
Cut him off at window 2. He's too big. He's too big. We don't need a. He doesn't
He's
need the
wearing a
2.
tank top and
he
a
doesn't need
sweater.
the 99-cent tacos. Yeah.
Fucking Jack in the Box tacos are so gross. Anyways, yeah, I if someone's like, "Hey, I'm having a thing," maybe.
I like when it's a soft invitation, but when there's an expectation, I'm like, I kind of resent when you have an expectation for me.
I'm okay with doing that. I think family. I just don't want to be around family.
Well, that's specific to you, I think. I like being around my family.
There's a lot of people that I would say.
Well, no,
don't
I
like
wouldn't
their
say
family.
you're alone in that, but I'd say like in this room, that's definitely more like your experience. Like I enjoy getting around my family and stuff.
Fucking people in this room, Sam.
Yeah, all parties. It's a lot. There's a lot of people in here. A lot of stuff.
You see, I got Patrick and Pete over
I
there.
seen it when I walked in. I was like,
those are new.
It's cool, man.
Yeah.
Fun.
All right, so I'm gonna do sometimes avoid.
I'll do sometimes avoid.
No, I'm gonna say often for you.
What?
Like again, I think you're worse than me.
At going to gatherings?
Like, what if it's like a friend of a friend asks you to come?
A friend of a friend?
Yeah. What if
No.
Corey, the guy you said, asked you to, hey, I'm doing a thing, you want to come?
Are you going?
Doesn't matter.
It does
You don't
matter.
even know.
And
Are you
also,
gonna text me right away saying, are you going? Because I don't want
I don't want to go. Give me a reason.
So then you're avoiding.
No.
You're
I
avoiding
wouldn't.
it.
Well, for one, he wouldn't ask me.
I'm gonna text him right after
Hey,
this.
man.
Like, yo, you gotta invite Sam to something right now, just for purposes.
No, I'm not gonna, for demonstration.
Just for science.
No, I'm not doing that.
So you will sometimes.
I'll say I'll sometimes
you will
avoid. I won't
oftenly
often. I will
sometimes.
more likely go than not.
Okay.
So
I'm saying sometimes.
me too.
Are we ready to see our
to
results?
skip? Yeah, show.
All right, Sam.
All right, Devin.
So I'm going to explain how this is rated. So we get our results, and it's out of 72. However, that score works out with 24 questions.
Okay.
So then
explain-
0 through
yeah.
15 is low social anxiety. 16 to 32 is moderate social anxiety. 33 to 39 is severe social anxiety. I like this rating because it's actually the top is so wide. 40 to 47 is very severe
It's critical.
social anxiety, and 48 to 72 is extremely.
That is fatal social anxiety.
So mine, if none of you guess, is low social anxiety.
Okay.
I
What's
got
the number?
10.
You got 10?
Yeah.
Well, look at you, mister.
And
I
it
have no
says your
issues
results indicate
whatsoever.
that you have no or very few symptoms of social anxiety disorder.
Okay. Anything else? Is that all?
I mean, it says if you need help.
So I'll shoot. If
chat,
you need
but-
help with your totally
But
normal
with a 10,
assessment.
I would say that's kind of abnormal.
What, a 10?
Yeah, I would think moderate is normal in the time we live in.
I'm glad you put it that way.
Well, no, people are
That's a prevalent
anxious.
issue.
Yeah, people are anxious, and it's not.
We live in a
It
society.
still is I'm not saying that because I don't believe in that term. Whatever he said, it's not society. It's.
I mean,
that's what
clearly I'm
that's
making
what
a joke.
White men decided.
That's cool, David. But what were you saying? Go ahead.
Well, until I was rudely interrupted by Sam.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I think we've lived in a time where mental health is important for us to take care of.
All right. Good.
Because there's a lot more going on in the world. I'm just trying to slow this down because I want Sam to think more about his score.
You know what? I'm gonna read this.
Okay, go
and I
ahead,
want to
Sam.
see if you agree.
Go ahead. All right, Sam's score. I think
Wait,
it's gonna be
any guesses?
yeah.
What do you think?
Extreme.
Extreme.
Yeah.
Like you want to
I think
estimate
you're
like a number?
59.
59.
Yeah.
31.
I don't believe that.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm on the high end of moderate social
Yeah, I don't
anxiety.
believe that. Yeah. I remember when I
think
said
so.
the 8 or 9 times that you should pick often and you pick sometimes, that probably played some.
I think if they expanded this to more questions.
I know.
there'd have
I
been
think
more
you just
time.
didn't answer them.
I don't
totally,
think-
honestly.
Let's see. While your symptoms are not likely to be having a major impact on your life, it is important to monitor them. These are social anxiety disorder, but maybe just start a conversation. Nah.
Just policy jargon, he's saying. So I think the test is confusing your social anxiety and sociopathical tendencies a little bit.
I'm sorry, I was reading more text. What
I'm
were you
just saying that's not correct for you.
No.
I think you're, if we're gonna meet halfway, very severe.
Cripplingly so.
I mean, Sam
Nearly.
literally said, he's like, "You're not gonna die. There's a time at like you don't tell yourself that without being a severely anxious person.
I will admit, I definitely consider myself,
You're not. I wouldn't
Socially
say you're
anxious.
not It's not crippling
but it's
because
definitely
you don't like. If someone talks to you, you don't come up in a ball and like
No.
scream and do stuff. That's
No,
not,
no,
yeah,
no.
and that's what I'm saying. You're not crippling.
there is a big
But
degree
there is
of social anxiety.
A gap where you have to think about.
Yeah.
I'm going to be okay. Just gotta get through this. A normal person wouldn't have to do that.
Do tell.
So yeah, you are, to me, as the official therapist of Beer Me That Beer, you are very severe.
Official. Where's your license? Let me see your paperwork.
This 10 out of 72 tells me that.
That means nothing to me. You want to know why I think it means nothing to me? Because mine wasn't an accurate reflection.
Yeah. Also, you're a narcissist. What was it?
No, spell it.
How'd you say it?
Narcissus.
Narcissistic.
Sure. Good job, David. Well, I'm glad this is a very illuminating conversation we had
And
today.
we'll post Sam's phone number and email in the description so we can grow his social anxiety. This is a
It's like a thought experiment.
little therapy for you. It's called exposure therapy. So everyone call him, email him, send him your dick pics, and we can get him through it. Together, we will stand.
That's good.
It's our presidential,
That's really
presidential campaign right there.
Freeze frame.
Actually, no.
Eagle flies
together. People will die.
That's our hard stance. There we go. That's our platform.
Some of you will die. I'm willing to make that
That's good.
sacrifice. Anyways, it's time for Sam's suggestion.
Suggestions. This might not be for everybody, but it's a little thing that I like. So there's a channel on YouTube. I want to say it is a... Tentatively, I want to say it's like a musical sketch, kind of like a comedy channel, but it's called Value Select. And
That's a brand at the grocery store.
right,
Yeah.
but it's not, though.
Well, Value Select isn't it? So Value Select would
Value
be
Select.
above it.
So the dude, it's the dude who runs the channel. His name is Max Renner. I'm pretty sure that's his name.
That's a fake name for sure.
But anyway, so he almost writes the like, I wouldn't even consider most of the time they're like full length songs, but they're almost borderline jingles. But like, think like,
Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a
yeah.
cat food cat.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Football cream.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Nardog.
But anyway, he's been around for a minute. Like I don't think he doesn't need the boost from us. Like that channel does pretty well.
So
But
does Cody.
it's a bit of a niche kind of thing. But he has like musical comedy bits. He does. He like writes the equivalent of like what I would say are jingles, but they're all like real stupid premise kind of things. Like some of like the.
Would you say it's like Mad Libs?
It's not Mad Libs because there's like some definite production involved, but it's all like.
Well, I'm not saying the thing is produced, but I'm saying if you're saying crazy premises.
Well, let me read off a couple examples. So, like some highlights that I really enjoy. He has one. It's called "Hit Me with Your Car."
Hit me with your best shot.
No, I like they're all original tunes, and they sound
okay.
like bops. They're like
Okay.
they're pretty good. But he's like there's another one where he says how to solve cancel culture. Spoiler alert, it's not what you think. It's very silly. It's just kind of goofy. But they're all like really.
Cancel culture doesn't exist. It's called consequence culture.
Yeah.
Sam,
Yeah.
get it right.
Well, there's also like another one where like the joke is he's like, hey, you know what we should do instead of arguing? We should settle things with duels again. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, and he's just a silly dude, and they're all pretty short. He also has like little extended like clip show kind of things.
So a YouTube channel.
It's a YouTube channel, and I guess he does live shows too, which I've seen some of the feeds of those, and I'm like, that looks like a fun show. I would love to go see some of that, but I think he's based out of like LA or something. So
Now is this guy like in the million subscribers?
let me get your number. He's definitely pretty successful from what I can tell.
Like someone's backing him, right? He's just not at home making stuff, right?
No, he's definitely 195,000.
109, but you said someone's definitely funding this guy.
If he's getting any kind of support, I'm imagining it's like Patreon support or like crowdfunding, but not like he's like a sponsored.
Studio.
No, it's all very DIY, and it feels like it. So
that's what I guess that was my question. Is it him in the camera or
it's
him in a studio?
It's him and a camera and a lot of time because you could tell he works.
Cool.
He spent a lot of time on it. Yeah.
Thanks for the suggestion, Sam. Also, thank you for watching and or listening.
Yeah. Keep drinking, keep listening. Beer Me That Beer is a San Diego-based craft beer YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and podcast show.
And for more of us, check out beardmethatbeer.com. That's beardmethatbeer.com. If you want to reach out directly to us, email us at bmtbinfo@gmail.com. That's bmtbinfo@gmail.com.